is that time of the show where we get an update on weather with Nebraska Extension Ag climatologist and Market General Chief Meteorologist Eric Hunt. Eric, crop producers are either in the field or anxious to get out and get their crop in the ground. While air temperatures have been warming over the past week, I know soil temps and moisture profiles still a bit low in some areas. Can we expect any help in those two areas in the week ahead?
Thanks, Bryce. I have good news for those who are wanting to get out in the field here the next 7 days. In terms of sensible weather, ridge to the west, trough to the east. We're going to be sandwiched in between. That's going to mean relatively mild temperatures for most of the next week. Probably a little bit cooler on Monday, warming back up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Probably cooling off a little bit again toward the weekend, but probably just back to seasonal levels. So I think for the most part, though, we're going to be fairly warm here for the next 7 to 10 days. Soil temperatures currently, right now, across most of the state, upper 40s to low 50s. So in the areas where we're eligible to plant right now, I think I see these soil temperatures staying safely above that 50-degree threshold for the foreseeable future. In terms of precipitation, there will be a slight chance of showers late Sunday and early Monday across the southern sixth of the state, but any amounts will be pretty light, and I think most of us really don't have any chances of rain for at least the next 5 days. There might be a slight chance of showers across portions of eastern Nebraska on Friday with a cold frontal passage, but I think our best chance of moisture is going to be Easter or thereafter. What we will have plenty of the next week, though, is wind. So on Monday, we're going to have very gusty winds from the north and northwest with low relative humidity. That's going to mean relatively high to extreme fire danger risk across a good portion of the state. There will be a chance of showers and thunderstorms, though, as we head toward Easter, particularly if we can get the shortwave to move into the central plain. So I've highlighted an area where I do think we will have the potential to get some rain right around Easter or shortly thereafter. CPC is not real bullish on us getting precipitation, but not showing dry for most of us either, except for the Panhandle, showing a little bit wetter signal further south and toward the east, including in some places where they definitely don't need any more moisture at the present time. CPC is showing relatively warm conditions. So again, I think we're going to stay pretty warm here across this region for at least the next 10 days. I'm not really seeing any significant freeze risk for the eastern and southern portion of the state. So again, those areas where you're eligible to plant based on RMA data or RMA dates, I think we're probably done with freezes for the year, hopefully. Senate forecast shows troughing coming back into the western United States as we head toward the last part of April. That will bring in southwesterly flow, and I think that will mean at least getting some chances for precipitation on a fairly regular basis as we head into about April 23rd through early May. And again, I think, look at the European weeklies. They are showing chances for above average precipitation across a good portion of the plains and into the Midwest. And again, this is starting to get into our climatologically wetter time of the year, so this precipitation may be relatively robust. There's also going to be chances for severe weather across this region, so something to pay attention to as we head toward about April 23rd. We could definitely use precipitation out here in the high plains. So again, if we have below average precipitation this year, GrassCast is showing that we are likely to see below average forest production across pretty much the entire front range and into the high plains region of the country. We did see some improvement in the drought monitor, though, this week because of precipitation last week from parts of Cherry County into Holt and Boyd County. Soil moisture across the north central U.S. generally below normal, but seeing some improvement from where we were earlier in the spring. Still some very dry pockets up in the Dakotas. Very, very wet to our southeast where we had historic precipitation earlier this month. Groundwater levels did decline a good bit in 2023 where we had significant drought conditions, but we did see some improvement in groundwater levels across portions of Holt, Garfield, and Wheeler counties. That's good news. And if you thought it was windy the month of March, here's your confirmation. We are well above average for wind gusts the month of March across almost the whole country. And the temperature and precip around it for the week ending April 5th, 2025. Back to you, Bryce.